A strong sense of smell can make you more orgasmic. Welcome to the first video of Saucy Facts. Subscribe and hit the bell for the upcoming videos like this. Let's jump in. 1. People naturally mirror the emotions of those around them, which is why spending time with positive individuals can uplift your mood, while negative people can drain you emotionally. 2. When someone nods while talking to you, it subconsciously makes you more likely to agree with them because it creates a sense of affirmation and rapport. 3. The brain processes visuals 60,000 times faster than text, which explains why visual content is far more engaging and memorable than written words. 4. Falling in love is primarily influenced by non-verbal cues like body language, tone of voice, and eye contact, with most connections forming within just minutes of interaction. 5. Multitasking isn't as effective as people think. It reduces productivity by up to 40% because the brain can only focus on one task at a time. 6. Complaining is one of the quickest ways to bond with someone, as it creates a shared sense of understanding, but it also reinforces negative thinking patterns over time. 7. Sarcasm stimulates creative thinking by forcing the brain to process abstract ideas, making sarcastic people often perceived as more intelligent and witty. 8. Rejection activates the same areas in the brain as physical pain, which is why emotional hurt can feel just as intense and real as a physical injury. 9. Listening to your favorite music triggers a release of dopamine, the feel-good chemical in your brain, similar to the effects of eating chocolate or falling in love. 10. People tend to overestimate how much others notice or care about their mistakes, a phenomenon known as the spotlight effect. 11. Crying when you're angry happens because your brain struggles to process intense emotions, leading to a physiological release of built-up stress. 12. The silent treatment is one of the most emotionally damaging behaviors in relationships, as it triggers feelings of rejection and abandonment. 13. People are drawn to gossip because it satisfies a primal need for social bonding and helps establish group norms, even though it can harm relationships. 14. Men are more likely than women to fall in love at first sight because they are more visually oriented and judge attractiveness quickly. 15. The brain is wired to retain negative memories more strongly than positive ones, a survival mechanism designed to help avoid danger. 16. When someone talks about their goals, it gives their brain a sense of accomplishment, making them less likely to actually achieve those goals. 17. Loneliness can have physical effects on the body, increasing the risk of heart disease and weakening the immune system. It can even shorten your lifespan as much as smoking. 18. People often avoid dealing with emotional issues by staying excessively busy, as the distraction keeps them from confronting their feelings. 19. Eye contact lasting longer than 7 seconds can feel uncomfortable but is also a powerful tool for building trust and emotional connection. 20. Swearing has been linked to higher emotional intelligence and honesty, as it allows people to express themselves more genuinely. 21. Being late all the time doesn't always mean laziness. For many, it's tied to optimism, believing they can accomplish more in a short amount of time. 22. Procrastination is often a coping mechanism for fear of failure or perfectionism, not necessarily a sign of laziness. 23. People subconsciously mimic the body language and tone of others they like or admire, a phenomenon known as mirroring. 24. Your brain can misremember details of events, even inserting entirely false information, making human memory unreliable at times. 25. Negative thoughts are more contagious than positive ones because they tap into our brain's survival instincts and demand immediate attention. 26. Public speaking triggers a fear response in many people because the brain interprets being the center of attention as a potential threat. 27. Smiling, even when you're unhappy, can trick your brain into thinking you're happy because it triggers the release of endorphins. 28. people tend to lie more frequently in texts or emails than in face-to-face interactions because the distance reduces their fear of being caught. 29. If you reveal an embarrassing secret to someone, they're more likely to feel closer to you because vulnerability fosters connection. 30. Couples who share funny moments and laugh together often have longer-lasting, more fulfilling relationships. 31. People often underestimate how much they can influence others, making them hesitant to ask for help or favors. 32. Your brain doesn't differentiate much between imagining an action and actually performing it, which is why visualizing success can improve performance. 33. Sleep deprivation reduces your ability to accurately read other people's emotions, making social interactions more difficult. 34. A messy room doesn't necessarily mean laziness. It's often linked to creativity, as chaotic environments can stimulate innovative thinking. 35. People are more likely to remember insults and criticisms than compliments because negative experiences leave a stronger imprint on the brain. 36. Crying is a natural stress reliever, as it helps flush out hormones like cortisol, leaving you calmer after a good cry. 37. Negative emotions like jealousy and resentment tend to last longer than happiness because the brain treats them as problems to solve. 38. People love hearing about trauma because it activates the brain's reward system, providing an adrenaline rush without personal risk. 39. Your subconscious mind plays a massive role in decision-making, often determining your actions before your conscious mind catches up. 40. The smell of someone you love can reduce stress and even lower blood pressure because it triggers feelings of safety and comfort. 41. People tend to overthink situations, replaying conversations and imagining scenarios that never actually happen, which increases anxiety. 42. People feel more appreciated when thanked with specifics, for example, "Thank you for listening to me today," instead of a generic thanks. 43. Loss aversion explains why people fear losing something more than they desire gaining something of equal value. 44. Your brain tends to prioritize emotional memories, which is why nostalgic experiences can feel more vivid than neutral ones. 45. People subconsciously judge you more on how you treat strangers or service workers than on how you treat your friends. 46. The fear of being judged by others' social anxiety often comes from overestimating how much others are actually paying attention to you. 47. If you force yourself to act confident, even when you're not, your brain will eventually follow suit, making you feel genuinely confident. 48. People who sleep less than 6 hours a night are more prone to emotional instability because sleep deprivation affects the brain's regulation of mood. 49. Watching someone yawn can make you yawn too because of empathy, as your brain instinctively mimics others' actions. 50. The need for constant validation on social media is linked to dopamine addiction, as every like or comment gives a small emotional high. Thank you for watching. See you on next video, Saucy Facts.